Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for a rare Saturday afternoon game. They're trying to catch up with all the terrible weather, moving games around. Not a bad trip for Archbishop Williams. They're here this afternoon taking on St. Mary's. I talked to the Williams coach. He said, a little better for us coming on Saturday. The traffic is not that bad coming from Brockton. That's a trip and a half. So it's Williams at 3-1 against St. Mary's 3-3. St. Mary's looking to go 3 straight wins. Bobby Alcock on the mound. Kyle Strozny is the hitter. In for a strike. And the weather has finally turned. In for the strike again on the corner. Good curveball. I felt kind of naked coming to the park today. I wasn't wearing 2 sweatshirts, a turtleneck, 2 jackets, and gloves. High for a ball. No wind at all. Sun's out. A little cool in the shade. Good curveball, and he knew it. That broke dead center. If he's got that pitch working, it's going to be a long afternoon for Williams. James Dolan, the shortstop, is the hitter. Dolan tried to check his swing. Couldn't. They checked with a base umpire. He said, yes, he swung. Swing and a miss. Quickly, it's 0-2. Alcock jumping on top of the first 2 hitters and working rather quickly. High for a ball. Good waist pitch, trying to get Dolan to chase that high fastball. Look for the breaking ball here. Swing and a miss. Not a bad start for Alcock. 2 strikeouts, 1 call, 1 swinging. Sam Hamer, the first baseman, hitting from the left side. Williams has brought a couple of fans. That's a long trip. Swing and a miss. St. Mary's has brought a few. As we mentioned, a rare Saturday noontime. On the inside corner for a strike. Quickly 0-2. He jumped ahead of all 3 hitters, 0-2. Perfect position for the pitcher, but yeah, they got to guess what's coming. Hit foul. First contact they made is a foul ball. Hit solidly at first base. Behind the bag, Ouellette made the play. Hamer hit it right on the nose and hit it right to the first baseman. So a 1-2-3 inning for Bobby Alcock and the Spartans. Two big strikeouts in the inning. Brandon Sullivan on the mound for Williams. The Bishops, obviously Archbishop Williams, they call them the Bishops, against the Spartans. The St. Mary's will be calling ready, the center fielder leading off. Playing second, batting second, Aiden Lyden. Anthony Nikolakakis batting third. He's the DH. He's hitting for the pitcher, Bobby Alcock. In the cleanup spot is the catcher, John Mulready. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, Lee Pacheco. The third baseman, Lou Vidal, hits number 6. Batting seventh, Josh Mateo, the left fielder. The right fielder, batting eighth, is Anthony Bono. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order, batting ninth, Kyle Ouellette, the first baseman. They've lost a couple of tough games. They lost a very tough one, Austin Prep 2-1. And that was a game where they had them shut out. Austin Prep didn't hit the ball, but 5 consecutive walks gave them 2 runs, and that was it, 2-1. They've also lost to Bishop Fenwick in the league. So it would be monumental for them to come back and do any damage in the league. They still get another shot at Fenwick, another shot at Austin Prep. Not like the Northeastern Conference where you only play each team once with that big 16-team league. So Colin Reddy will step in. A name in the city that people certainly will recognize. Reddy. Fire, police. Teaching, I believe. Missing wide for a ball. Reddy family does mighty, mighty work. Huge contributions to the community. Most that people don't even know about. Way wide, 3 in a row out of the strike zone. Reddy will take a long look at this one. In for a strike, and they throw the ball into center field. He'll still be fussy here. 3-2. It's got to be a really good pitch that he can handle. Took it again. The count goes full, 3-2. Now he can't be as fussy. He's got to guard the plate. Sullivan trying to come all the way back from a 3-0 count. Hits it off the first baseman's glove, and that's going to be a base hit for Reddy. It was going into right field. First baseman Hamer went way to his right, had to reach across his body, got a glove on it, knocked it down. Second baseman couldn't get it. He was going over to make the play, thinking it was going into right field. So Reddy's on with an infield hit. And Aiden Lyden, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Let's see if they play small ball. In for a strike. Lyden's been swinging the bat very well. He's had some very nice games. St. Mary's offensively. Squared the bunt, took the pitch, was on the corner for a strike. Sullivan steps off, trying to hold the runner close at first base. Hit solidly to left field. Started to come in, then had to come out. Strasny made a nice over-the-shoulder catch. He almost overran it. Lyden hit it well. Strasny went back, started to come in, and then to go back one step and reach over his shoulder and make the catch. Anthony Nikolakakis. He's the DH today. Normally plays first base. Hits it foul back and out of play. That one might have made it to Western Avenue. That was hit way back out of play. Sullivan taking a long time, a long pause. Nikolakakis finally asked for time and got it. I don't have to worry about Reddy running. He's not getting very far off the bag. He's only a couple steps off the bag. Down and in for a ball. 1-1 the count. So the Spartan DH hitting for the pitcher, Alcock. Reddy takes off. It's punched into right field. Diving catch by the right fielder. The throw to first, they double him off. Reddy had second base stolen. It looked like Nick Lakakis got a base hit into right field to move him to third. The right fielder, Gavassi, made a tremendous diving catch right of the ship. And Reddy was an easy out at first going on the pitch. So they get the base hit. But Williams comes up with the big defensive play, a double play, rare double play, 9-3. So St. Mary's is down, and we're right back where we started, dead even. St. Mary's nothing, Williams nothing at the end of 1. Ray Ballou, the catcher, will lead it off, 4, 5, and 6 for Williams as we start the second inning. Williams fans that have made the trip still buzzing over that terrific play by the right fielder, Gavassi. Swing and a miss. In for a strike for the 4th straight time in the ballgame, starting the ballgame. 4 straight hits, he's going 0-2. That one breaks down and away, trying to get him to chase. Good waist pitch. Wide for a ball, the count evens at 2. High and tight, so he had him 2 strikes. Now he's got to come with a pitch, he'll put him on. Swing and a miss. So he starts the second inning the way he started the first with a strikeout. His third. Mike Gervasi, he made that terrific play, taking a hit and possibly a big inning away from St. Mary's. A hit away from Nick Lakakis, turning it into a double play. Swing and a miss again, 0-2. Alcock's in a rut. A good rut, but a rut. Hit the shot. Pacheco rifles it over to Ouellette. They get Gervasi. Hit it well. Pacheco was shading second base as he is now. Now he moves over a little bit for the left-hand hitter. Pat Kelly, the DH, he's hitting for the center fielder, David Ryan. Swing and a miss. Hit up in the air, out of play. 6 straight hitters. Alcock is going 0-2. First 6 hitters of the ball game. Curveball on the inside corner. Kelly didn't think so. He was backing away. 2 more strikeouts. Second 1-2-3 inning for Alcock. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. And I don't know if Kelly said something he shouldn't, but the umpire talked to him for a couple minutes. Now he talks to the Williams coach. Nothing serious. No tempers flaring. So St. Mary's got a hit in the first inning, but they'll still be 4, 5, and 6 because Williams turned a double play. John Mulready, Lee Pacheco, Lou Vidal. to face Brandon Sullivan, who's the recipient of that very nice play in right field by Travasi. Again, very nice day at the ballpark. Could be a little bit warmer, but it's nice to see people in a couple in short sleeve shirts, t-shirts, a couple in shorts, like my camera person. I'm used to seeing that. We go to the hockey rink, he wears shorts. John Mulready, the catcher, leads it off. Down and away for a ball. So, different images. Alcock has gone 0-2 to all 6 hitters he faced. Sullivan has not been on top. Pitches in, it's 1-1. He went 3-0 to Reddy, leading off the ball game. Curveball bites the inside corner. Nice pitch by Sullivan. Just at the last second, broke over the inside corner. Wide for a ball. And we're even at 2. Lines it foul down to that grassy knoll behind first base. We'll do it again at 2-2. Gets out in front of it, pulls it long and deep and foul down the bullpen area. So I'm already hanging in. Once again, the 2-2 pitch up and coming. Reaches for it. Taps it again. Off to the right side. Out of play. Down behind the stands into that grassy knoll. Already hanging tough. Making Sullivan throw some pitches. He tried to hold up his swing and couldn't. The pitch was in the dirt. They'll throw him out. First strikeout for Sullivan. By the time he realized that pitch was in the turf, he couldn't hold up. So 1 away. Lee Pacheco, the shortstop. We mention each and every time. As a freshman, I think he's a sophomore now. As a freshman, started and played intricate parts, not just made the team, but was an intricate player. Football, basketball, baseball. High and tight, goes to the backstop. In for a strike. Hit to right field, coming on again. Travasi makes another nice play. This one stayed up a little longer for him. 2 up, 2 down for Lou Vidal. Backs away from the curveball, drops in for a strike. Lou got the big hit against Lowell Catholic, breaking a 2-2 tie, knocking in 2 runs and giving St. Mary's the win 4-2. Curveball again, that one broke outside. Nice little breaking ball by Sullivan. Check held up, started to pull the trigger, held up. The ball bounced off the catcher. He checked with the base umpire, said no, he didn't swing. 2-1 the count to the Spartan third baseman. Lined in the center field for a base hit. Get all of that one. Josh Mateo, the left field, will be the hitter. Normally you would think about the runner at first, maybe doing something, but I don't think you're going to see Vidal go anywhere. Pitch in for a strike. Only getting a short lead off the bag. In for a strike again. Hit foul. Curveball up and in, but he had to make sure. Picked it, knocked it to the backstop. Vidal is almost not getting off the bag. He's like 1 foot off the bag. Hit foul again, back out of play. Vidal takes off way inside, got a good pitch to run on, and he throws him out. He got a big jump. Ballou made a great throw, and they tagged Vidal just before he got to the bag. So again, they get a base hit, and again, they only face 3 hitters. One is doubled up, one is thrown out at second base, stealing. So we played 2 here at Fraser Field in this Catholic Central League battle. Still nothing to choose. St. Mary's nothing, Williams nothing. Bottom 3 in the order for Williams as we start the 3rd inning. Brandon Sullivan, the pitcher. Throws right, bats left. Bobby Alcock will start his 3rd inning of work. Hit on the ground to shortstop, excuse me. Pacheco throws him out. That's the first time he didn't go 0-2 to a hitter. Second played by Pacheco in the ball game. Neil Sanders, the 3rd baseman, will be the hitter. Missing inside. That's the first time he's missed with the first pitch. Up and away, 2-0. That one's dead center. 2-1. Reaches for that one. He was stepping away, actually. Tapped it foul out of play. Two the count. He was down 2-0 to the hitter. Now it's 2-2. Started to pull the trigger and held up. They checked with the first base umpire. Said no, didn't swing. Pitch broke down away. Thought about going for it. The payoff pitch up and coming. Reaches for it, hits it to second base. Big hop for Leiden. They'll throw Sanders out. Might have been ball 4, but you can't take a chance. Might have been up and away. Just reached out and tapped it to second base. Connor Dolan, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Swing and a miss. So this will be the first inning that Alcock doesn't get 2 strikeouts. In for a strike again. There he goes 0-2. So 7 of the first 8 hitters chased that one. Third 1-2-3 inning for Alcock. Five strikeouts in 3 innings. And once again, St. Mary's will have a chance to get on the board first. They'll have 7, 8, and 9. So both pitchers have only faced 6 hitters in the first 2 innings. Alcock got through the third facing only 3. Sullivan will try to duplicate that as he did in the first 2, but he gave up 2 hits. First hit ready was breaking on the pitch. A line shot to right field by Nicola Kakis was picked off the grass. A terrific play by Gavassi in right field and double ready at first. And then Lou Vidal got a big 2-out hit in the second, and he got thrown out at second trying to steal on a very nice throw by Ballou. Looked like he couldn't get him because it looked like he got, Vidal's not the fastest runner on the St. Mary's team, but it looked like he got a great jump. But Ballou threw a perfect strike, and Dolan made a nice tag at second for the out. Josh Mateo, he was the hitter. He was up already. And he was the hitter when they threw Vidal out, trying to steal for the third out, so he'll lead off the third inning. Josh is the left fielder. Hits the first pitch to second base. Oh, 1 pitch, 1 out. Anthony Bono, the right fielder. What a hockey season this young man had. Globe All-Scholastic, Herald All-Scholastic. First team Catholic Central. Made the All-Massachusetts team. Another one of those throws right, bats left. He's the right fielder for St. Mary's. That one bounces to the backstop. Missing again. This is the way he started with Colin Reddy in the first inning. 3-0, came back to 3-2, and Colin Reddy got an infield hit. On 4 pitches, he walks Bono. First walk given up by either pitcher. Now let's see if he gets doubled off or thrown out stealing. Kyle Ouellette looking down at Tommy Donahue at third base, getting signs. Sullivan trying to keep the runner close at first, steps off. Down and away for a ball. So 5 in a row out of the strike zone by Sullivan. Squaring to bunt, everybody moving around. They throw the ball over, it gets away at first base, but not far enough for Bono to go anywhere. You almost kind of knew he was going to throw the ball to first base because everybody's moving. The third baseman squeezed in. The shortstop went to second base. Second baseman went to first. The infield was practically bare. If they threw the pitch and let hit a ground ball, it probably would have gone into the outfield. In for a strike. Bono got crossed up that time. He took a step like he was going to go to second base and quickly retreated, was going back to first when they threw the pitch. He's got a decent lead at first base. He takes off. Throw down is not going to be a time. Way wide. It skips out into left center field, but Bono slid in so he can't go anywhere. That throw was way wide. Palou had to hurry because Bono, who can run, got a big jump off the bag. And he's in scoring position. First player to reach second base for either team. Hit on the ground to short. Can't go anywhere. It's going to be an infield hit. Shortstop went down, fielded it. It had no play anyway. It was not going to be able to throw or let out. He tried to throw the ball to third to get Bono, had no chance. So St. Mary's is the first threat, first and third with one out, trying to get on the board here in the third. So Solomon's not going to face only 3 hitters in this inning. Ready? Tapped the base hit off the first baseman's glove and quickly got doubled up. Pitch way inside. He wasn't really going to bunt. The runner, there wasn't suicide. The runner at third wasn't coming. They were just trying to give a little help to the runner going to second base. Williams will bring their infield in. Hit in the air behind first base. No one's going to get anywhere near that. With the infield in, the right fielder off the line a bit. This is my group. The last few games, we've had a bunch of bicyclists. They've been driving over, around, and through between Manning Field and Fraser Field. Usually more than that. They're like 5 or 6. There's usually about a dozen out for their Saturday bike trip. There's a suicide squeeze, and it's perfect. Perfect sacrifice squeeze. They had Bono coming from third, and Reddy got it down. Bono breaks the 0-0 tie. Hit the line and hit it well, but hit it to the left fielder. Solomon will pitch from the stretch with the runner at third. On the inside corner for a strike. They faked the bunt, not a suicide. They faked the bunt, the pitch before, to get the runner down to second base. Nice job by the catcher, Baloo, that saved a run. And then they went with the suicide, and Colin Reddy can't do any better than that. Perfect bunt. Gets the RBI. And St. Mary's got a 1-0 lead. Pop back up in the screen. And that one doesn't come back. There's a couple up there now. Pitch stayed inside. He kind of chopped at it. Slapped it past third base foul out in front. Anthony Nicolakakis on deck, hoping he gets a shot. 1 run in, 2 outs, a runner at third here in the bottom of the third. Chop to third. They're going to let it go foul because they never would have thrown him out. It's just kind of a swinging bunt, just chopped it down the third baseline. Neil Sanders, the third baseman, wisely. As soon as it went foul, he just reached out and grabbed it. Off the catcher, that's going to be a run. So the wild pitch brings a run in. So the walk hurt. The walk came around to score. And it stole a base and the suicide squeeze, moved the runner to the third, so able to score on that wild pitch. St. Mary's got 2 on the board. Missed inside for a ball. I just got out of the way of that one, almost hit him. Leiden, I don't know if he knew it. He was praying they were going to say ball 4, but it came in strike 3. So he's called on strikes. The inning is over, but St. Mary's puts 2 on the board. The perfect suicide squeeze by calling ready for 1, and then the wild pitch brings in the second. And Bobby Alcock, for the first time, starting the 4th inning, will have a lead as St. Mary's leads it 2-0 over Williams at the end of 3, excuse me. Hal Strozny, the left fielder, and the leadoff hitter will be the top of the order for Williams to restart the 4th inning. St. Mary's looking for 3 wins in a row. Broke into the scoring column, breaking the ice, getting 2 in the third to give Alcock a 2-0 lead as he starts his 4th inning of work. It's a rare sight looking over Manning Field and see nobody there. I'm sure there'll be somebody there before the day is out. Hit in the air, back foul, up over everything. Missing wide for a ball. Missing wide again, 2-1. Hit foul back. We're even at 2. Down and away, the count goes full. First full count. No, second full count, I guess. Hit up the middle into center field for a base hit. Williams gets their first base runner. A base hit by Strozny, leading off the 4th. Alcock had retired 9 in a row. James Dolan struck out swinging his 1 trip. They're looking at Strozny, the runner down at first base. I don't know if he turned when he got to the bag and did some damage. Ms. Gagnon, the trainer, hustling down. What a job she does for all of the St. Mary's athletic teams. I'm assuming they're going to put a pinch runner in, but they haven't done it yet. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. It looks like he's okay. I guess they'll leave him in. He's going back to the back, so they won't have a runner. So we're back to baseball. With Dolan stepping in against Alcock. Quickly throw it over, diving back is Strozny. Again, they throw over. In for a strike. Williams fans didn't like that call. Down and away for a ball. Hit foul out of play. Very short lead at first. And as I say that, the runner takes off and they throw it into center field. You got Dolan with the strikeout. And the catcher's throw is airmailed into center field. So it's a stolen base for Strozny. Hamer, the hitter, first baseman. He hit it right on the nose, hit it right to the first baseman, Ouellette. Ending the first inning. Nice stop by Mulready, the catcher. Goes the other way, slices it well, foul, past third base. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. He gets another strikeout. 3 of the 4 innings, he struck out 2. He only got 1 in the third. So 2 outs now with the runner at second. Ray Ballou, the catcher, was a strikeout victim, leading off the second inning. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. Waved at that pitch. 1-1 the count to the Bishop's catcher, Ray Ballou. Hit foul. So Ballou is 1 swing of the bat from maybe getting Williams on the board. Alcock is 1 strike away from leaving the runner at second base. Took a long look at that one. Alcock started to walk off the field, thought he had it. That didn't miss by much. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. A few more St. Mary's fans. Nice little fan base over behind third base. Behind the St. Mary's dugout. And again, nice little group of fans came from Brockton to see Archbishop Williams play. Just got a piece and fouled it back. So we'll do it again. To pitch to Ballou. Fouls it back to the backstop, hanging in. Missing inside for a ball. Good at bat by Ballou, hanging around, making Alcock throw some pitches. Alcock wanted strike 3. Instead, it's ball 4. So that extends the inning for the right fielder, Mike Gravassi, who bounced out short to first his 1 trip. Moretti started to walk to the dugout as well. He thought it was strike 3. Paid umpire said, nope, missed wide. So the tying runs are on here in the top of the 4th with 2 outs. First walk given up by Alcock. Thought about it, was going to swing at that high fastball, then try to hold up and couldn't. That was way over his head. Alcock doesn't waste too much time. Gervasi has made a couple of nice plays in right field, won a double play, asked for time and got it. Down and away for a ball. Down and away again. Now it's the St. Mary's fans getting on the umpire. Hit. Line shot right off the breadbasket of Alcock. He had to protect himself and actually deflected off and went behind the mound. He didn't even have a chance. It was hit solidly. Normally you would think right back to the pitcher, he'd have all day to throw him out. But it was hit off the pitcher right at the belt buckle. And I'm sure his life passed in front of him when he saw that. And it actually went off him. And even though it was hit right off facing the plate, off his belt buckle, it bounced and went behind the mound too far for anybody to go get it. And all of a sudden the bases are loaded. So they gave up the hit and the stolen base, but he got 2 big strikeouts. Looked like he might get out of it. But then the walk to Ballou extended the inning. And now Gervasi lines one off the pitcher for a base hit. And the DH, Pat Kelly, hitting for the center fielder Ryan, is the hitter. So Williams with an opportunity. St. Mary's needs an out. Williams needs a hit. Swing and a miss. You go back to that walk when Alcock thought he had strike 3. Look, he thought they were out of the inning. Then that shot, I'm sure, I know his father's in the stands. I don't know how many family members are here, but they must have had their life pass in front of them too when that line drive hit right back to the mound. Thank God he's okay. In for a strike. Quickly 0-2. Swing and a miss. He gets out of it. He strikes out the side. So he's averaging 2 strikeouts an inning, even though he only got 1 in the third because he got 3 here in the fourth. And he dances around a tough situation. The hit, the walk, and then the hit off the pitcher. And he get all those cobwebs out with that line drive being hit back at him. Got through all of that, which could have been a lot worse, and comes up with a big strikeout to get himself out of a jam. So St. Mary still holds on to that 2-0 lead. Williams gets their first 2 hits, their first 3 base runners. But Alcock strikes out the side. As I said, we're halfway through the ball game, with St. Mary's leading it 2-0. And that generally takes the wind out of the sails of the opposition when they get that going and they can't take advantage. Looked like they had him on the ropes a little bit with a couple of hits and a walk. But he got the big strikeout pitch working. Anthony Nicolakakis, John Mulready, Lee Pacheco, the middle of that St. Mary's order, 3-4-5. To face Brandon Sullivan, who will start his 4th inning of work. Catholic Central League action. Long day here at Frazier Field. We already had 1 game here. Tech played Whittier. A game that was supposed to play way back in early April. It was rained out or snowed out, I believe. And they made it up this morning. Whittier defeated Tech. And this one will be done. And Lynn Glasgow will take the field and play a baseball game here this afternoon. So a rare full-day Saturday baseball here at Frazier Field. Anthony Nicolakakis hit it right on the nose. Hit what looked like a sinking line drive for a base hit into right field. Gervasi made a diving catch, picking it off the grass in right field, and threw the runner out at first, who was off and running at the pitch trying to steal second base. They turned the double play. That one bounces off the catcher for ball 1. Hit foul off the foot of Nicolakakis. Chopped off his foot again out in front of home plate. He felt that one. Off his ankle. So the 1-2 pitch up and coming from Sullivan to Nicolakakis. right on the nose, and it got picked by the shortstop, and he almost threw it away. They made the tag at first. That exploded. Dolan just stuck the glove out and picked it, and he threw it high, and the first baseman, Hammer, made a very nice play, went up and got it, and tagged Nikolakakis. So Dolan can thank Hammer that he didn't pick up an error on the play. The play goes 6-3 for the out. One away for John Mulready, who was struck out swinging, had to be thrown out at first base. In for a strike. Hard to tell when the umpire's calling a strike. He keeps his hand way inside his body. Doesn't flash it out to the right. And doesn't, just kind of bends the elbow a little bit, signaling the strike. Doesn't extend that arm all the way out. Hit foul to the backstop. Both pitches work fairly quickly. Chop foul into the St. Mary's dugout. That one bounces to the backstop. Lee Pacheco was collecting baseballs. He's the on deck kid. Foul balls they've given to him to bring back to the umpire. And they hit another one to Pacheco. He's got 4 of them back there. You have to put the bat down, leave it there, bring the balls, and go back and get the bat. I don't know if we can carry all that. Solid shot. Nice play by the third baseman. And another tag at first base. Sanders went to his left, picked it off, made the long throw. It was off mark, and Hammer makes another nice tag at first base. This one goes 5-3. Two away. Drops in for a strike. That one's going to be a base hit in the left center field. Pacheco takes the turn, holds it first. So he hit the ball solidly. He had a line shot right at the right field the first time up. Now he hits it to left center field for a base hit. He's a threat to run. Lou Vidal, the hitter, got a base hit. We're 2 outs in the second, and end of the inning being thrown out trying to steal second base. So let's see if they try to get Pacheco to second base. Not a very big lead. In for a strike. Taps it to second base. Slow roller. Dolan throws Vidal out, so the 2-out hit doesn't hurt. We're through 4 here in this Catholic Central League battle. St. Mary's still shutting out Williams. St. Mary's 2, Williams nothing at the end of 4. Bottom 3 in the order for the Bishops as we start inning number 5. Brandon Sullivan, the pitcher, hit the first pitch he saw and hit it right at Pacheco at shortstop and got thrown out, leading off the 3rd inning. Breaks down and in for a ball. goes the other way, slices it right. I was going to say right to the left fielder. It took off. Mateo almost came in too far. At the last second, he reached up, caught it, and actually bobbled it. Sullivan hit that right on the nose. And it was anything but the easy out it looked like. Neil Sanders bounced out second to first. We talked about the weather. I look up, I see big white puffy clouds, big blue skies, sun shining. Last week I said the same thing, but it was like 30 degrees here because the wind was blowing 60 miles an hour, and everybody was bundled up like it was the middle of winter. High and tight for a ball. So it's finally warmed up a bit, and I guess normally being New England, we're going to go skip right over spring and go right to summer, because next week, this being Saturday, like Tuesday, Wednesday, it's going to go up in the 80s. Strike three call, good pitch. Sanders knew it too. 2 up, 2 down. 9 strikeouts for Alcock. Connor Dolan struck out swinging. Takes the pitch low for a ball. Hit straight up in the air. Everybody gets out of the way. Ouellette, the first baseman, makes the call and makes the catch. 4 of the 5 innings have been 1, 2, 3 for Alcock. The only inning that wasn't was the 4th, when he gave up a couple of hits. One that was right back at him, hit him in the midsection, and a walk, but got out of it with a big strikeout with the bases loaded. So he shut out Williams through 5. St. Mary's is trying to add to that lead. They'll have the bottom 3 in the order as well. Josh Mateo, Anthony Bono, Kyle Ouellette. And it's the bottom 2 in the order that did the damage in the 3rd inning. They got 2 runs on 1 hit. Josh Mateo grounded out second and first. There's 1 trip. Nice play by the pitcher. He had to come back. Momentum carried him towards third base, but he took 1 big step and picked. That might have gone into center field, but Sullivan made a nice play helping himself, and he throws Mateo out. 1 up, 1 down in the 5th, and here's where the damage started. Anthony Bono drew a walk, stole second, went to third on Ouellette's infield hit, and then scored on the perfect suicide squeeze by Colin Reddy. And Ouellette, who stole second and went to third on that suicide squeeze, wound up scoring on a wild pitch. And that's the difference, 2-0 St. Mary's. So they got the 2 on 1 hit. A walk, a couple of stolen bases, and a suicide squeeze. High for a ball. in for a strike. Way up and away. Hit the shot. And they get Bolo by a step and a half. Nice play by the shortstop, Dolan. 2 up, 2 down. Kyle Ouellette got a base hit. So we mentioned stole second with a runner at third. The suicide squeeze scored the run. He wound up at third, and he scored on the wild pitch. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored. So 8 and 9 doing the damage, along with the leadoff hitter Reddy's perfect suicide squeeze. High for a ball. Missing down and away. Ouellette draws a walk. Sullivan was looking for his first legitimate 1-2-3 inning. He faced 3 hitters in the first, gave up a hit and was doubled off. Second, he gave up a hit that was thrown out stealing. He gave up he got the 2 runs in the third, but he gave up a 2-out single in the fourth. Now he walks the second hitter that he's walked with 2 outs in the fifth. Connor Donahue was the runner at first, going into pinch run. Missing high and tight. Reddy has got an infield hit, and he had that perfect suicide squeeze. Couldn't do any better than he did it. Hustling back is Donahue at first. Sullivan didn't throw over, he stepped off. And got Donahue hustling back. Nice stop. Blew the catch. He's done a nice job behind the plate. In for a strike. Donahue takes off. The ball hit right behind second base. It's going to be a base hit. No chance of throwing him out. Great play by Dolan. If that goes into center field, Donahue's going to be at third. He broke on the play. The ball went right over the second base bag. Dolan dove behind the bag and smothered it. But Reddy gets his second hit. Perfect on the day. So the walk and the hit extends the fifth inning for the Spartans and extends it for Aiden Leiden, who was fly to left and was called on strikes. Solid shot by Reddy right over the second base bag. And Dolan saved the runner going to third. High and tight for a ball. Off the catcher, that's going to move him up. That's a pass ball. Went off Ballou's glove, deflected far enough. So that takes away the force at any base in the infield. They have to make the play at first base now on a ground ball. Down and in for a ball. So 2 quick outs, followed by a walk and a base hit. Taking all the way, it's in for a strike. High for ball 4. Second walk in the inning, loses the bases. That's going to bring a trip out to the mound. Anthony Nikolakakis has hit it on the nose twice. He lined out to the right fielder, hit a hard shot to the shortstop to throw him out. And they're out discussing the inning. So St. Williams had the bases loaded with 2 outs. Couldn't get back the 2-run cushion that St. Mary's has. Now St. Mary's, after 2 outs, a walk, a hit, and a walk, have loaded the bases for the Spartans. They stay with Sullivan. No warm-up action down the bullpen for either side. On the inside corner, just broke late, caught the inside corner. Off the turf, wild pitch. St. Mary's gets another run by way of a wild pitch. Second time, I was going to say second time Ouellette scored, but Donahue was running for him. He scores. And again, that takes off. They wouldn't have had a force anywhere, including home plate with the bases loaded. Now they don't have any force outs. They got to go to first base on a ground ball. So a little 2-out lightning by St. Mary's. In for a strike. So St. Mary's scoring on 2 wild pitches. Both of them coming with 2 outs. Reaches for it and slaps it into right center field for a base hit. You don't have to kill it. You just have to find a spot. He reached out and just got a piece beyond the reach of the second baseman in the right center field. A big 2-out hit by Anthony Nikolakakis. A 3-run inning for St. Mary's after 2 outs, helped out by a couple of walks. John Mulready, the hitter. He struck out, being thrown out by the catcher, and grounded out third to first. Hit it hard to third. Neil Sanders made a nice pick going to his left and threw him out. That was the inning where Hamer at first had to make 2 tag plays at first, saving the shortstop and the third baseman a throwing error. Line shot past third base. He got all of that one and got out just too far out in front. pulled it well, foul past third. I'm sure Tommy Donnie, third base coach, got a little bit nervous with that ball going by him. Way up. Nice pick by Ballou. That was going over his head to the backstop. Wing and a miss. He took something off. He chased it. So they finally get out of the inning. But St. Mary's gives probably Alcock a lot of room to work with. They put 3 on the board. They get 2 big hits, a big 2-out hit by Nicola Karkas, knocking in 2, but 2 big walks extended the inning. And all of a sudden, that 2-0 lead has ballooned to 5-0 St. Mary's over Williams at the end of 5. Top of the order for Williams as we start the 6th inning. It's Kyle Strozny has struck out, and he got the first hit and was the first base runner. Alcock had retired 9 in a row to start the ball game. He's the only player for Williams to make it to third base. That was the inning that Williams got a hit, a walk, and that hit off the midsection of Alcock. Loaded the bases, came with 2 outs. That was the inning. Alcock struck out the side, getting a big strikeout to end the inning. Down and away for a ball. Hit up the middle. Pacheco bobbled it. He was in perfect position to make the play. He was standing. They were overplaying him to the right side. And that's the first error in the ball game by either team. Looked like he was in perfect spot. The ball hit right to him. And he bobbled it. James Dolan, the shortstop, struck out swinging twice. In for a strike. Again, Williams didn't like the call. Wide for a ball. Alcock working very quickly. Swing and a miss. He gets him again. Third time he's got Dolan. He's got at least 1 strikeout in every inning. That puts him in double digits with 10. Sam Hamer, the first baseman, hit it right on the nose, but right at the first baseman, Ouellette. Last time up, he struck out swinging. Tried to check his swing and couldn't. Broke down in on the hands. He swung right through it. The runner took off. He got a great pitch to run on. Pitch way down and in. Moretti had to go down behind the hitter to squeeze that one. Second stolen base by Strozny. Wide for a ball. For the most part, Bobby Alcock has been on top of all the hitters. Hits it long and deep the other way. Mateo, nice running catch over to the foul line. Had to go a long way. He was off the line for a left-hand hitter. Just stayed in fair territory, way down the left field line, chasing that one down. Hammer hit that one a long way. So if not for the error, this would have been the fifth 1-2-3 inning in 6. That's how dominant Alcock has been so far. Ray Blue, the catcher, is struck out and walked. In for a strike. We talked about the first 6 hitters he went 0-2 on, Alcock. Down and away for a ball. Down and in for a ball. Waves at that pitch. And we got deuces as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And he waves at it again. Another 2 strikeout inning. So Williams is out of their last 3 outs. They were looking for their 4th win. They're 3-1. But they're going to need a huge 7th inning to do it. And we're going to get a new pitcher. The left fielder. Strozny is the new pitcher. In the 6th inning, and he'll face 5, 6, and 7. Lee Pacheco, Lou Vidal, Josh Mateo, the scheduled hitters. Pacheco lined to the right fielder and lined a single into left center. So he's 1 for 2. And he'll be the first hitter that Strozny faces. And the pitcher, Sullivan, is now at third base. And I read the number wrong. Kyle Rowell is the new pitcher. So they replaced the third baseman. The left field is still the same. It's not Strozny. They brought Kyle Rowell off the bench. And he'll face Pacheco. So Rowell, the pitcher. will hit in the third baseman spot in the lineup. First two pitches miss. Three and 0. So Sullivan went 5, gave up 5 runs. They were earned. As Pacheco draws a walk. Gave up 6 hits, walked 3, struck out 2. And the walks hurt. All 3 walks scored. And 2 of the runs were on wild pitches, and the wild pitches came with 2 outs in the inning. In for a strike with Vidal taking all the way. Pacheco takes off, throw down, not in time, he's in with a stolen base. Blue made a good throw, but he got a big jump. So he's in scoring position here in the bottom of the 6th. In for a strike, Vidal didn't think so. Vidal was singled and grounded to second. Started to pull the trigger, held up on a pitch that was way inside. Call, third strike, good pitch. Raul gets his first strikeout. Josh Mateo was grounded to second, bounced to the mound. 0 for 2. Made that nice running catch in the top of this inning, covering a lot of ground. I was waiting to see if they're calling it. Williams is saying no. They're going to check. I'm not sure what they were checking. I don't know if Williams thought it hit the bat. Mateo went to first base to hit batsman. It deflected off something. Now they're going to explain it to the Williams coach. I'm not sure what they could be talking about. The pitch was way inside. He had to do a hop, skip, and a jump trying to get out of it. It hit him in the leg. They may be thinking that Mateo swung at the pitch because he did almost a 360 in the batter's box. I think that may be what their thinking might be. I think the Williams coach was thinking he swung at that pitch. And he wanted a strike instead of the hit batsman. They had the hit and run on. Pacheco and Mateo were on the move, and Bono fouled it away. Bono drew a big walk in the third and came around to score the first run. Last time up, he bounced out, shot to first. Swing and a miss. That one was almost by him when he swung at that pitch. Didn't go out to greet that pitch. Down and in, Ballou wanted that. Raul, the pitcher, wanted it. Neither one got it. Everybody takes off, and they hit him with the pitch. Back-to-back hit batsman. So Raul has come in. A walk, got a big strikeout, and they hit the next two hitters. Kyle Ouellette has been a big part of the offense. Got a base hit, scored the second run on a wild pitch, walked, and his pitch runner, Connor Donahue, came around to score on a wild pitch. Both of those runs coming with 2 outs. Williams will bring the infield in. High and tight for a ball. So 3 of the 5 runs have been scored by the bottom 2 hitters in the order. High for a ball. The other 2 runs by the 1 and 2 hitters. On the inside corner for a strike. Top of the order, Colin Reddy on deck. Wide for a ball. Chop to third. They get the force at the plate. Nice play by the third baseman, Sanders. So 2 outs now with the bases loaded. Already perfect. Singled. Laid down a perfect suicide squeeze bunt for an RBI. And singled again and scored. So he's 2 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. This is inside, tight for a ball. Raul trying to get out of a jam of his own making. A walk and 2 hit batsman. Sam was around a strikeout and a force out. Nice stop by Ballou. Saved a run there. St. Mary's trying to add to a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Way wide. Ballou had to go way to his right to pick that one. Aiden Lyden on deck. In for a strike with Reddy taking all the way. chops it off the first baseman's glove. Reddy's going to reach on the error. So he doesn't get an RBI. This is a bizarre inning for Williams. A walk, 2 hit batsmen, and an error. And even with the walk and the 2 hit batsmen, they should have been out of the inning. The play at first base is the 3rd out. Lydon is flied out, struck out, walked and scored. In for a strike. Wide for a ball. So they got 2 runs in the 3rd with 1 hit. They got a run here in the 6th so far without a hit. Pop the other way, slicing it past first base, foul. Punches it foul again. And I thought they were going to keep it in play, but they threw it away. One of the players on the bench made a nice play with the ground and tried to throw it back to the pitcher, threw it into left field. Lydon hanging around, fouling off a few pitches. Fouls off another one up in the seats, scatters that group of Williams fans that sitting up back. Down and away for a ball. Blue again had to go way to his right to get that one. So Lydon good at bat. Making Rowell work. Steps off trying to keep those runners close. So here we go. Everybody will be on the move. Payoff pitch up and coming. Hit to second base. They finally get out of the inning. St. Mary's will leave them loaded. They get a run without a base hit. Rowell put himself in a hole with a walk, 2 hit batsmen. That batsman came back to back, but he gets out of it if the first baseman makes the play, but the error extended the inning. St. Mary's winds up with another run, and Alcock has another run to work with. It's 6-0 St. Mary's over Williams at the end of 6. Last bastion for Williams. They trail it 6-0. 5, 6, and 7 to face Alcock, who has been virtually untouchable. Fourth inning was the only threat for Williams. They got 2 hits and a walk. But Alcock got a big strikeout, wound up with 3 strikeouts in the inning. Hit the shot. He beat it. Gervasi's got his second hit. Pacheco took a little extra step, and that extra step cost him because Gervasi just beat it for a base hit. Only the 3rd hit given up by Alcock. inside and tight. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. They've only had 5 base runners. 3 hits, including the one leading off the 7th. A walk and an error. Missing low for a ball. Pat Kelly has struck out twice. First time call, second time swinging. Throw over, diving back is Gervasi. Gervasi, the right field's had a nice game. He's 2 for 3. Made 2 very nice plays in right field. One he turned into a double play. In for a strike. And that's ball 4. Hancock had 1, 2, 3 innings in the first 3, 9 in a row. He retired. He had another 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. He would have had a 1, 2, 3 in the 6th, but the leadoff error reached. He got the next 3 hitters. So he's been certainly on top on the mound. Swing and a miss. This is a pinch hitter. Solani is hitting for Sullivan. He's actually hitting for Raul, the pitcher. High for a ball. Sullivan hit the ball hard. He hit it hard, shot to shot, and hit a long fly ball deep down the opposite way. Left field, Mateo made a nice running catch down near the bullpen. In on the hands, he fished it foul and out of play. Strike 3 called. That's an even dozen. Neil Sanders is grounded to second. Was called on a strikes, and it's not going to be him. It's going to be a pinch hitter. Rizadaro will pinch hit. In for a strike. I told you, full day here. Tech lost to Whittier early in the morning, a very early Saturday morning start. And now Revere has just walked in. Classical is here. They'll play next. Northeastern Conference. So we had Commonwealth Conference, Catholic Central League. And we'll have Northeastern Conference. We'll have 3 different leagues represented here at Frazier Field on a rare Saturday. Very late swing. Sliced that one well foul past first base. Hit foul again. It's going to be a tough bus ride home for Brockton, eh? can look back at this one and say, 2 outs, 2 wild pitches scored runs. A 5th inning where St. Mary's scored 3 and kind of put it away, but it was 2 walks, and that all came with 2 outs. The 2-out walk extended the inning. Down and away for a ball. And in the 6th inning, they got a run without a base hit. A walk, 2 hit batsmen coming back to back, and an infield error. Call 3rd strike. So Alcock makes it a baker's dozen, 13 strikeouts. The 3rd and the 5th were the only inning he got 1 strikeout. He got at least 2 in the other 5. Looking to strike out the side for the 2nd time. In for a strike. This is Alex Hayes pinch hitting. Swing and a miss. Alcock 1 strike away from pitching an outstanding ball game. Just what St. Mary's needed. Didn't want to use up pitching, and not using up any pitching in this game. Alcock has been immense. And he strikes out the side for the 2nd time. So the hit and the walk don't hurt. "14 strikeouts in the ballgame for Alcock. Gives up 3 hits. Walks 2. So 3 hits, 2 walks, and an error. 5 base runners, 3 of them in 1 inning. He pitches the shutout. Outstanding performance by Bobby Alcock. St. Mary's got all they needed in the 2nd inning after an out. A walk to Bono, he stole 2nd. An infield hit by Ouellette. Put runners at 1st and 3rd. Ouellette stole 2nd. Colin Reddy put down a perfect suicide squeeze. That moved Ouellette over to 3rd after Bono scored the 1st run. And then Ouellette scored on a wild pitch to make it 2-0. They put 3 on the board in the 5th inning. After 2 outs, another big walk by Ouellette. Donahue went in to run for him. Reddy got a base hit. A pass ball moved the runners up to 2nd and 3rd. A wild pitch scored the run again to make it 3-0. A walk to Leyden. The wild pitch moved runners to 2nd and 3rd. Nikolakakis come up with a big 2-out hit, knocking in 2 runs to make it 5-0. And that bizarre 6th when they scored, Mateo reached on a hit batsman. Bono got hit by a pitch after a leadoff walk to Pacheco. And an infield error at first base brought in the run to make it 6-0. And that was the difference in the game. Alcock made sure that Williams never got anywhere near. They had 1 runner get to 3rd base, and he struck out the side in that inning to get out of the trouble. So for St. Mary's, Reddy had 2 base hits in 2 trips. Had that perfect suicide squeeze for an RBI, scored a run. Leyden walked and scored a run. Nikolakakis had the big 2-out single with 2 outs to give Alcock a lot of breathing room. Pacheco had a base hit and a walk and lined out his other time. Vidal got a big base hit. Mateo got hit by a pitch and scored a run. Bono was on base twice, a walk and a hit. Passman scored a run. Ouellette was on base twice, a hit and a walk. Actually 3 times, reached on a fielder's choice. He scored a run, and Donahue running for him scored a run. So a good team effort by St. Mary's. They put 6 on the board. They go over 500 for the first time. They're now 4-3. They make it 3 wins in a row, and they drop Archbishop Williams to 3-2 on the season. So a big win and a outstanding pitching performance with 14 strikeouts by Bobby Alcock. He gets the shutout. St. Mary's wins it 4-0 over Williams. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.